Hey guys, we are live. Hi, Hibiscus Moon here again with hibiscusmoon.com. And I'm here to talk to you about kind of a different topic for me, I think. I don't know, maybe not. But we're going to talk about recent Mercury retrograde and eclipse aftershocks and crystals that can help. And I thought this was a good topic because I've been going through some aftershock activity. Hi guys. And I've heard a lot of you are going through some aftershock activity. I've never really heard it called that, but this time especially, I can see that it's like that kind of shock wave, aftershock kind of thing. And I heard two YouTube channels recently kind of discuss this topic that really called to me. Others too, but two that are coming to mind right now, True Brilliance, these are YouTube channels, and the other one is Andrew Martin. And I like both of them quite a bit. So here's your question of the day. Please go ahead and answer this in the comments below right now. Have you been through the ringer recently? Feel like you can maybe use an ally on your side for some mood stabilizing to kind of like keep you even kilter and like, okay, let's put this into perspective. A lot of this is first world problems, some of it not so much. Depends, you know, everybody's got different stuff going on, so it depends. So let's start off with this. My email list is currently, for the most part, shut down. In case you didn't know what happened, I'm not going to get into the details, but for the most part, nothing coming in right now, and my business and email is kind of like dead in the water, just on low-key quiet. There's some pertinent back-end things happening, but for the most part, it's just not working as it usually should be. We're making some adjustments, fixes, changes, big time stuff. I mean, there's stuff goes on in the back end technology wise, and some of you know about it, that is really complicated and I don't even understand it all. But I usually give out an amazing Sacred Space eKit for free to all new subscribers to my list. Those of you who subscribe to my email list, you already got that at the beginning. It comes in your welcome email. But we had a big snafu last week. We're just in a lot of transition right now and upheaval at the moment. And our first priority, or my first priority, is my students and getting ready for our first day of class for my certified crystal healer students. So it's all systems go for that. So no worries, make sure that nothing is changing over there because that's my first priority. That's where my head is at, my team's focus is right now, my beautiful, wonderful team. They put up with so much last week going on because some people were not too happy about what was happening with our email system, but it's all fixed now. So for now, here's what we do. If you want that eKit, just set your follow status to see first on my Facebook page and meet me back here next week at 1 p.m. Eastern time. You'll get a notification if you put see first. Hopefully, Facebook will send you out that notification. And I expect to have it all sorted out by then. I'm still trying to wrap my head and understand what we're doing. But we'll get those Sacred Space eKits out to the new subscribers. I'll invite you to subscribe next week. Okay, so for right now, just go to your follow status and click see first. Okay, let's get into the content. So last eclipse season ended like 2 weeks ago, more than that now. And it's leaving like these rippling shock waves in its wake. And myself and many other people are kind of like in cleanup mode right now. Relationships changing, ending with people, not just people, entities, companies, lots of shakeup going on. Maybe things you totally didn't expect or things that you kind of had an inkling about. And then last Mercury retrograde, officially, Mercury went direct on August 18th, but we're still in the post-retro shadow. It's a part where we can't really see visually that Mercury's moving in the sky, but it's kind of like, it doesn't go backwards and forwards. It's orbiting around the sun, but it's how it appears to our eyes. So we're still in that post-retro shadow up until September 2nd. And I used to like not even pay attention to the retro shadow, like, oh yeah, big whoop, we're direct now, we're fine, we're not in retrograde anymore. This is the first time that I really got a kick in the pants to say, no, you're not in the clear just because you're in the shadow. It's still something to keep in mind. So no wonder we had all those techie things happening. It was kind of like a pay attention to me, right? So these recent events that happen have me currently cleaning up in the wake of this energy. Also, recently, I talked about different cosmic events that are happening. I'm not going to get into this again because it's kind of a deep topic. If you want to know about the cosmic events that are happening that are causing all this transition and change and energy shifting for us, go to my blog, hibiscusmoon.com. It's the last blog post that I posted. I don't remember what it's called, but some of you might be able to link to it below. But I know in listening to others, I'm not alone in this. It makes me feel good not to know that I'm not alone in this. Many of us are in transition right now with a lot of things. And you know, I've spoken, like I said recently, about those cosmic energies and how that's changing us and everything around us, our solar system, Mama Earth, and even our crystals. But this is an opportunity to just reset and rebuild things, right? And it's an opportunity not only for change, but for growth, and growth in the right direction. So actually, someone posted on my social media when I was out there apologizing about what was going on with the email list, and I wasn't purposely trying to send people dozens of email messages and spamming them or anything like that, that it was a glitch. This came from someone, and I tried to find where they were, and they just disappeared. I don't know where they went. Maybe it was a message from divine guidance. But remember to just take a deep breath, put it into perspective. And this was for me, okay? So I took this advice. Reassess the situation, make a solid plan, surround myself with the right crystal allies for me in that moment, and move forward. So that's exactly what I did. All right. And maybe you might find you might also, in addition, need some obstacle breaking. So then put that into place. And I have a blog about that too. It's an older blog. It's like 5 years old now, I think. If you go to my website, hibiscusmoon.com, in the search bar, just type in obstacle remover. If you need to put that into place, I have a crystal grid just for obstacle removing. That is the bomb. And some other tips too. Crystal related, non-crystal related, the whole kit and caboodle. So today, specifically, I want to talk about some lithium-bearing minerals and crystals in a bit. And you might also find there's a scientific reason behind why you might be especially attracted to these lithium-bearing crystals right now at this time. But first, let's just talk lithium, the element, because it's really interesting and one that I feel can be really, really helpful at this time. So lithium, you might be familiar with that word because of lithium batteries. I know we all need them at some point, or they're something that, you know, out there in supply and demand, that is in demand right now. And that's because lithium is an element on the periodic table. It holds a large amount of energy potential. Okay, it can produce a lot of electrical current relative to its size. So that makes it ideal for small batteries. And think about it, where do we use small batteries? And all these devices we're now all using all the time, right? And all our new technology. And maybe it's due to that high electrical energy potential that makes it also an ideal mood stabilizer. Okay, so pharmaceutical companies are mining lepidolite and kunzite by the truckloads. I forget how many thousands of tons per year they're mining. And it's actually for both purposes, for the pharmaceutical purposes of mood stabilizers and for the lithium batteries. So lithium in the pharmaceutical industry is used to treat all kinds of different mental disorders like bipolar disorder, different types of psychoses, and different types of general mood balancing purposes. And I know people in my life, the right medications can be quite helpful. And lithium in those medications is like the active ingredient, okay? Because psychoses, different types of psychoses can distort your view of yourself and the world and really become, you know, something that's like in your way. But if you've got the right medication in your pocket and even open to holistic methods and kind of using all those vibrational frequencies together, it can help you to see clearly again. And lithium-based medications can be really helpful for that. So lithium ore, and ore is anything we mine for economic purposes. Lithium ore, or minerals containing lithium in high quantities, are very popular right now. Like I said, we need it for those pharmaceuticals that we're mining quite a bit, or that are being created and very much in demand right now. and for all our rechargeable batteries in our tech devices. So I'm going to share my top 3 crystals that I'm working with right now related to lithium in a little bit. But I want to just remind you again, please share this out and stay to the end because we're going to do a Q&A. And if we get 100 shares of this live stream at least, I'd like to randomly pick 5 of you who joined us here today to send my book, Crystal Grids, to. Okay, you got this book? If you already have it, you can send your copy to somebody else. All right, again, my email list is currently shut down. Semi-shut down. I'm not quite sure what's happening with it, but rather than promise you something that's not going to happen, and I discussed at the beginning why and what's going on right now. For right now, please just go to the top of my Facebook page and set your follow status to see first. That means that you're going to not miss my posts, not miss my live streams, and get notification when I post something or do a live stream first. That's what that's supposed to mean. It's not 100%, and that's on Facebook, not on me. Thank goodness. And then we can meet back here next week at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, I do these every week at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I expect to have the whole email list thing fixed up by then. All right, so let's talk about my 3 favorite lithium-based crystals, and they also seem to be the most popular lithium crystals. The first one is lithium quartz. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And then the next one is, well, I actually don't have it here. It's kunzite, also known as spodumene or spodumene. I had a piece, I bought it in Tucson, and I realized today I hadn't worked with it in quite a while, and now I don't know where it is. So it's probably one of those disappearing crystals. I had a big chunk, and now it's nowhere to be found. I have a whole theory on disappearing crystals. I've talked about that on my blog a long time ago, but we're not going to talk about that today. But kunzite or spodumene, you know, tomato, tomato. And then the other one is lepidolite. Lepidolite's the third one. And these are all, you'll notice, delicate mauve, lilac colored stones. And that color mirrors their vibrational frequency, their energy. Okay. And kunzite and lepidolite actually often grow together. And again, they're mined specifically for, those 2 are the most popular ones. The lithium quartz is not really being mined because for the lithium ore, because it appears so rarely. It's basically, and this is a gorgeous specimen, it's a double terminated quartz with an ancestral timeline. And you see this mauve color, that's inclusions of lithium within the double terminated quartz. Isn't that a gorgeous specimen? Oh, I just love this piece. But it occurs so rarely that it's not one that's mined for lithium ore. But kunzite, aka spodumene or spodumene, I just like kunzite, and lepidolite, they often grow together actually. So they're mined together and specifically for that lithium ore for the purposes that we talked about just before. The lithium, like I said before, the demand is really high right now. And because of that, the prices are up. So you might see this reflected in the cost of these 2 minerals, kunzite and lepidolite. In fact, the prices are expected to quadruple within the next 7 years. So if you want a collection tip from me, from Hibiscus Moon, here it is. Invest and stock up now in lithium quartz, lepidolite, and kunzite. Because if you're gonna wait, the price is just gonna keep going up and up, okay? Now, there is, I believe, a scientific reason you're attracted to certain minerals and gems, okay? When your body likes it and is craving it, it means that your body's in need of more of it physically, on the physical level. Your body is trying in any way that it can to attract and entrain you with that vibrational frequency and bring it into your auric field, whatever element it's in need of most. So by influencing you to be attracted, creating like a craving for that mineral in various ways, kind of like you have a craving for certain foods when, and this can work both ways when it comes to cravings for food, but sometimes you're just craving fruit because you're really needing that vitamin C. So even if it means that getting that mineral into your electromagnetic field by you keeping it physically in your environment close by, like I am right now, then that's the way that element gets into your auric field. Okay, I have a blog post where I go deep into this. Again, I'm referring you to lots of different blog posts because I don't want to take up a lot of time here diving down different rabbit holes. But if you want to dive down that rabbit hole, go to my blog, hibiscusmoon.com, and type in, is there science behind the gemstones you're attracted to? Is there science behind the gemstones you're attracted to? Or you could just type that into Google and my blog post on that topic will come right up. Okay, so you can see that the entraining effects of these crystals is to bring about the type of energy it is that we're seeking in our electromagnetic field. Okay, so just like lithium can recharge our batteries in our devices, okay, it can recharge your energetic battery as well. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about what the different crystals are good for. All right, let's see, and I wanna look at my camera so I can make sure that I am making sure these crystals look good for you. And I'm gonna do Q&A at the end, so hang around for that. Now this is looking less mauvey and kind of like more in the orange tones, but if you saw this in real life, this lithium quartz is very lilac-y mauvey. It's hard to see here, but lithium quartz is great for improving mood and relieving anxiety, emotional healing, balancing your mood, and calming us, okay? Isn't that beautiful? All right, and then let me just show you different specimens of lepidolite that I have here. I have this one. This is actually lepidolite and quartz, and this was mined by Lisa on our team, Team HM, and she is our tech specialist, and she lives out in Colorado, and she actually, not so much mined in the ground, I believe she said she found it on her walking path. Okay, and lithium, this is lepidolite, and it's great for emotional healing, mood balancing, improves mood, relieving anxiety again, providing peaceful sleep. I keep this piece right by my bedside. Let me show you another one here. This is a smaller piece. You can really see the mica in this one. Let's see, get the camera to focus on it a little bit better there. There we go. Promotes rest, and actually, lepidolite is a lithium-rich mica. You can see the little bits of mica there. Its crystal habit grows so that it appears in sheets. We call these mica books. See these thin sheets? This is a monoclinic crystal system. And these are, we call mica book. Look at how pretty that is, though. Isn't that gorgeous? But if I was to take my fingernail, it's very soft on the Mohs hardness scale. I could just pick a sheet right off. I'm not going to do that. And unfortunately, with the bright light, the color isn't showing true, but it's a very beautiful lilac color. Okay, and kunzite is the other crystal that I don't have here with me, the pink variety of kunzite, because there are different colors of kunzite. So we're talking the pink lilac variety is the lithium containing variety, and that's also good for emotional healing, matters of the heart, relaxing, mental rest, general balancing of moods, okay? Oh, by the way, with lepidolite, I forgot to mention, the etymology of the word lepidolite comes from the Greek word lepidos, which means scale or scales. So you can really see those scales right here in this piece, referring to its scaly appearance caused by the flakes of the mica, so the lithium-rich mica.